I mean, CNN said it was peaceful. So how can this news article tell me it's not? You mean CNN's lying? Folks, come here. Yes, CNN is lying to you. Now, if you check Jack Posobiec's Twitter, he went to the Chaz for 3 days and took pictures and documented things. Matter of fact, one of these guys right here had his AR-15 and kit stolen, which, come on. Really? They would steal stuff in the Chaz? Or, excuse me, they're calling it the CHOP. Or is it the Soviet Union? Or is it Antifastan? Doesn't matter. Let's get to the story now. Seattle's occupied zone sees chaos, assaults, and medical emergencies overnight. The Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, Chaz, or they call it CHOP now, has descended into even more chaos this week as their justice system, quote-unquote, openly assaulted a journalist, and their Antifa medics were forced to rush someone out of the zone due to a medical emergency. Imagine that. You create your own country, or autonomous zone, and you can't provide basic medical care, and you have to go outside your borders to the United States for proper medical assistance. Imagine that. And oh, by the way, did you know that the Chaz, or Raz of Chaz, has starting to make on the Reddit page, and they got their own Reddit. They wanted to clear up some disinformation, including Conflict Resolution Advisory Council. He says, "We feel the need to address this because there's a hell of a lot of misinformation out there." Now, when I'm about to read, you're going to think this is a parody from the Babylon Bee or something like that. No. Basically, Fox News has been saying Raz Simone, a resident artist who drives a Tesla and has a bunch of AR-15s in his trunk, is our leader or warlord, and he's designated himself as the police force. This is all nonsense. Raz Simone is a peaceful supporter of the movement and a powerful shepherd. However, he has no more of a leader than you or me. Then why is he out assaulting people, acting like the de facto police? But hey, let's continue. Let's get through this crap. It says, the zone has no leadership. We have a decentralized local governance structure. And we oppose all hierarchical structures. Then why are you creating this council if you have a higher... Okay. So, introducing Conflict Advisory Council. We will form a unique system called that. We hold a community democratic vote to appoint 3 people to the council. To eliminate prejudice, we elect 1 black man, 1 black woman, and 1 white woman. Each person should undergo at least 1 45-minute sensitivity and political training. Session in which you can help organize. Whenever there's an internal conflict in the zone, it will put it to the council. Both people will have an opportunity to present their side of the story to the council to review. The council members will decide on a fair resolution and provide it as advice. Oh, so it's non-binding. Got it. Initially, the council will be advisory only. In the future, the system could evolve to become more mature with binding resolutions, impositions, retribution, enforcement, and imprisonment. So like a legal system. Except with extra steps, I guess. All right. However, they couldn't go with that because you can't have white people in anything, even though, they are part of the fabric of life. But no, you can't have them. Edit 1. After receiving feedback about inclusiveness, we shall include in the council 1 black man, 1 black woman, 1 trans black person, 1 non-binary black person, minus the white person, white lady, woman, etc. Gets better, boys and girls. On more feedback, we will add to the council 1 Asian non-male, 1 Native American non-male, and 1 Latinx, don't know what that is, non-male, and then 4 additional black men and women to balance it out. In total, there are 3 plus 4 plus 4 equals 11 members. But folks, it doesn't quite end there. We received some feedback about including disabled persons, mental and physical, and homeless persons on the council. 20% or 40% of the council should be persons with lived experience of disability. At least 10% should be experiencing involuntary homeless. Oh, but wait, boys and girls, it gets better. We realize LGBTQIA plus TV Batman symbol communities are underrepresented in the council so far, and we're working on proposals to rectify this. Rectify. The final composition of the balanced council will include 10 to 50% people who identify as LGBTQ plus Batman symbol. Okay, but guess what? It gets even better. We've agreed to add 3 more seats, 2 of which are to give a voice to the disadvantaged LGBTQP plus Batman symbol community, and give one give children equal representation and fairness. The new seats include 1 for an LGBTQ identifying black disabled person, 1 for LGBTQ Batman symbol identifying black homeless person, and 1 for a non-white or mixed race child between the ages of 8 and 15. And again, notice how they totally live out Caucasian people, white people, if you will. Seems fair, right? Like an inclusive community, where your voice will be heard. It won't be if you're white. So these edits are perfectly illustrate how tied up in Nazis people get when they try to fill out their intersectionality bingo cards. That they feel it vital to include a child should give a reader a window into the collective psyche of the Greta Thunberg, a worldwide phenom. But, boys and girls, on Edit 6, it devolves even further. There have been further concerns raised over the efficacy of the council to deal with disputes between children, as children are currently not adequately represented. In light of the feedback, we will add child safety training programs to onboarding session and add one additional seat for another non-white, mind you, mixed race child between the ages of 8 and 15, preferably disabled. You know what? If you're on the left, I dare say you are disabled. But guess what, boys and girls? It gets better. Edit 7. We've heard the concerns about Asian non-male seat representing all Asian subgroups as if they were a monolithic identity. That wasn't our intention. Just like how you consider white people monolithic themselves because white people, but Asians are different. That wasn't our intention. We will replace the non-Asian, non-male seat with 12 mini seats for each of the following Asian non-male identities: Chinese, Filipino, Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, Cambodian, Taiwanese, Malaysian, Mongolian, Okinawan, Singaporean, and wildcard, any Asian identity except Korean American. The mini seats will collectively hold the voting power of 1 seat. Interesting. So you're going to give power to a bunch of other people who've got 1 person, 1 vote, but you're going to split up the vote 12 ways. So a panel of 12 people who are all Asian can get together 1 vote. Doesn't seem fair to me. That should have ended right there, boys and girls. But it didn't. Edit 8. We've been told that our council underrepresents those with a criminal record or incarceration experience, as white culture allows people to suffer a particular disadvantage because of past convictions. I didn't know I did that. I'm sorry. Well, actually, I'm not sorry because I didn't do anything. So, the council will mandate that more than 25% of its members must have a violent criminal history. Oh, crap. With previous or current incarceration experience. But wait. It gets better. Edit 9. Some women have expressed to us that they wouldn't feel comfortable presenting a case involving a sexual offense to a council that is partly made up of criminals with a history of committing sexual offenses. No problem. We got a fix for that. We are placing a cap of 50% on the proportion of council members who have performed 1 or more premeditated sexual assaults or rapes in the preceding 12 months. Well, if you're a 13th month, you're good to go. Homeless persons and disabled persons are exempt from this cap. Again, these people are disabled. Whether I read was true or not, it came from Reddit, take it from a grain of salt. But in the end, it seems like what they would do. You gotta understand, these people are mentally disturbed. But the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone has descended to even more chaos this week as their justice system openly assaulted a journalist and their Antifa medics were forced to rush someone out of the zone due to a medical emergency. The zone's justice system is, quote, patrolled, unquote, by so-called warlord Raz Simone, who gathered a group of enforcers. It's always good when you've got enforcers out there. That's usually tied to the mob, but I digress. To attempt to enforce some order amidst the chaos. This despite the group's insistence that law enforcement should not handle social problems. See, that's what you really want. A couple of mob enforcers going around who have extrajudicial power, kind of like Judge Dredd. They're the judge, jury, and executioner. Or, yeah, we might as well leave it there. The self-appointed law enforcement troops of the Chaz appear to be opposed to the presence of journalists in the zone. Quoting here, one of Raz Simone's crew just assaulted a journalist for filming at Cap Hill, tweeted OAN's Jack Posobiec, who later revealed that he'd been embedded in the Chaz. In the separate incident, a 19-year-old engaged in a scuffle with the self-appointed enforcers over stolen cash and car keys. After the young man pleaded that he was only 19, the security detail can be heard saying that they do not care. Punches ensued soon after, with several people ganging up on one person. Of course. This is one of the only cameras that got through the final struggle that got out of Raz Simone's hands. The 19-year-old thief walked away with $5,000 and 20 car keys from a dealership beside the Chaz. Also set fire to the inside of the business. Again, it's not a Wendy's, it's a car dealership, am I right? There's also a report of alleged overdose in the Chaz, with a man passing out in the field with his eyes rolled back in his head. The man was reported to be unresponsive. In the footages, Antifa medics can be seen surrounding the man. Eventually, Seattle Fire ushers the man out of the area. From Elijah Schaefer, man in Chaz overdosed and rushed out by Seattle Fire after passing out in the field. His eyes rolled back in his head, unresponsive. Antifa medics did not want people filming the incident. More on at Jack Posobiec on Twitter. Video footage captured the incident from the other side of the barricades as well. Breaking. Protests are carried out by Cap Hill by EMTs. Friend who came in with me says he was drinking and took some other stuff. Imagine what that could be. Then became unresponsive in the park. It is not yet clear or if the Seattle Police Department will get involved. Dare I say, they won't. Because you've already heard the Seattle police chief. She stated that, well, they can't do anything. The response times have gone up to 18 minutes. So, someone's breaking your home. Might as well let him in and show them where the China's at. And all the silverware, because you ain't going to get a police officer until it's all over and done. Again, I am not a fan of police. However, they do serve a purpose when they actually perform their jobs to their duty and they honor their oath. Well, when you have these autonomous zones pop up out of blue states and blue cities, expect more of this nonsense to happen and keep continuing as long as these blue state governors and mayors allow this crap to continue on. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoy my content. Thank you.